welcome, collective. Let's go ahead and get started with your tarot read today. So we are going to start with the letters and the numbers today. I wasn't sure, I kept them off to the side. I'm being told to start with the letters actually. So we'll see what comes forward. So remember, if these resonate with you, the letters that come forward, the numbers, the months, it might mean that this read has a little bit more of a personal touch for you or a bit more of a personal meaning. So we have U, I, and L were the first letters to pop forward. What else do we have? Can you give me a few more here? The letter B, and I got some that wanted to pop off to the side. So we have Y, we have R. I'm going to shuffle them down and put the last one down here. So J. And then I'm getting told to stop with these guys. So we'll set them aside. We're going to use the numbers and the months here, and we'll see what pops out. So I have 19, 18. The month of January popped up too. It's going to be important to somebody in this read. The month of June came forward. We have 8, 7. I need to keep going. I'm supposed to do more of these. 2, 12. What else you got for me, these guys? And that one. February, 26, December, 14, and 23. And I got told to stop. So that's where we're stopping with these guys. So if those have a little bit more personal meaning to you or significance, it might mean that this message is more personal. Let's go ahead and get started. So what is the message that needs to be heard, please? Love begins, firm foundation, and harmony. Interesting. Harmony, finding balance. Somebody setting down a firm foundation for that. Patience and planning. What's going on here, Tarot? Obstacles and challenges. What is somebody trying to plan for? We're planning for the future, planning for building. Does this have to do with a relationship? I need some more cards here. Obstacles and challenges. Choose wisely. That's interesting. Usually when that card pops out, sometimes it's a bit of a warning that something that you're going through or something you might be going through or a choice coming your way is going to have a bigger impact than you realize. We do have fertility. This card is a lot like the Empress. This is like personal growth. Ooh, the heart chakra. Authority. Spiritual union. And solitude. Interesting. I'll plunk that guy up there. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I guess. I do not get a nice vibe off of this authority card. I feel like this is something that somebody is dealing with. I get a very bossy, authoritative vibe from this one. Tell you what to do. Very controlling. Their way or the highway was what I just got told by my spirit guides. I always point to my shoulder. I feel like that's where it's always coming from. My way or the highway. But I feel like somebody feels like this is their soulmate. So I feel like they put up with this crap for a long time. Like they've tried to compromise. They've tried to get along. They've tried to keep things even. They've tried to keep things balanced. They put a lot of effort into trying to cultivate this relationship and trying to keep things balanced. Lots of patience. This person has a lot of patience. I don't think I would have this much patience with somebody who came at me with this attitude. Heart chakra. I do feel like this is getting to be too much for somebody though. I do feel like we're getting tired of the being told what to do, always being told what to do. That solitude card definitely speaks to me of perhaps somebody considering stepping away or taking some time, like a separation. Taking some time to get sort of a bit of clarity on whether this is something they're going to continue being okay with or something they need to step away from. Because like I said, I feel like somebody feels like they have a soulmate connection here. They genuinely do. They feel like they love this authority person. Their heart is invested in this authority person. It's like I feel like they're my soulmate. but this is not working for me. This is overwhelming. This is overbearing. I keep putting in, I keep being patient. I keep trying to be the nice one. I keep trying to compromise. And if I'm just loving enough and just agreeable enough, it's like this person will come around and this person will reciprocate. There's no reciprocation here. This is what I feel in the cards. There is no reciprocation here. I need a tarot deck to go with this now. Oh, I keep getting told to pull more of these guys. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, so we'll keep going. So obviously someone else needs to come out. Oh, interesting. The universe popped out with the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra does represent our desires, our creativity, also our individuality. And I do feel like somebody has very much given that up in this situation. Because it's like compromise to try and keep this authority person happy, to try and keep things balanced, to try and maintain harmony in the household and harmony in the relationship. I gotta tell you, especially with this universe card popping out, somebody might not like this, but she usually pops out when there is a universal lesson to be learned, or somebody is on a universal path, and most of the time those two things go hand in hand. Especially with this fertility card that very much reminds me of the Empress. An Empress's journey starts with healing. So there's usually something that happens, a catalyst or some sort of a tower that comes forward in somebody's life that they have to start healing from. Part of their healing process is really digging deep and finding their own self-worth and their own self-love. It's also sort of taking an honest look at themselves and being able to see the choices that they've made and how it's contributed to where they wound up and where they are, and where being able to see that and how it's going to reflect where they would like to go, and taking a really honest look. And sometimes that's not very fun to do, but it's part of how we learn and it's part of how we grow, and it is part of an Empress path because it contributes to personal growth and evolution. I do feel like somebody is being nudged in that direction here. That is the vibe that I'm getting. I don't think this is what somebody's wanting to hear from this read. I think what somebody would like to hear is, as some time apart would wake up this authority person and they would change into a different person. And this would become the connection that somebody wishes it could be or thinks it could be if this authority person would change. I don't think that's what the cards are saying in this read. We're going to pull some tarot. I need a tarot deck that goes to this read. This one again. I keep getting pulled back to this one. It's talking a lot lately. I'm going to set these guys aside. Please bring me some more clarification on what's going on in this situation and the message that needs to be heard. Please and thank you, Spirit. You know what? That top one needs to come out too. We're going to go ahead and keep going here. 7 of Swords. 3 of Pentacles. Because, you know, it's like I see one person putting in the effort here. I see one person putting in the effort to build stability in this relationship. Compromising, offering friendship, offering basically whatever the other person is wanting to try and keep them happy and to try and placate them. And I just keep feeling like this other person is like never satisfied. I'm never satisfied. Something's always crappy. Something's always wrong. You're always doing something that's rubbing me the wrong way. I always want you to change in some way. It's like I'm never satisfied. Nothing is ever good enough. And it winds up undermining what the other party is trying to do, because the other party is trying to build a deep emotional loving connection. They're trying to build a connection with somebody they believe is their soulmate. And it's like, it can't get there because it takes two. And only one person is doing it. This authority person is not reciprocating. They're not putting in the effort. They're not doing this even give and take. They're not emotionally investing. And they're actually, with their behavior, actively tearing down their partner. Tearing down their partner's self-esteem. Tearing down their partner's self-worth. Making this person compromise too much of themselves that they're actually losing themselves in the process. I do have the Tower card. I do feel like that is the potential of where this is headed, this connection, the Tower card. What I see in this Tower card, I really like this Tower card in this deck. I don't see this in a lot of the other ones. A lot of the other ones are very, very dramatic. They speak of a lot of negative emotions, disappointment, heartache. In this one, I see a lot of transformation. And I do feel that's why the universe and fertility came forward here, because that fertility she is like the Empress card. She represents everything that the Empress card represents. This is supposed to be happening to somebody. Somebody is supposed to be in this situation with this authority person. And this is about somebody taking their power back. This is about somebody transforming themselves. You cannot transform this authority person. This authority person is the only one who can do that. We have to choose it for ourselves. This one person is they're being encouraged to choose transformation. Interesting, the King of Wands. This King of Wands is our same authority person. This person likes to be in control. That's their deal. This person likes to feel in control. I keep reaching out to their energy. I'm like, hey, do they love this other person? Do they have the potential to change what they're doing? I don't get yes, but I don't get no. So we're going to pull some more cards. This one might be a little bit up in the air and might require some towers in their own life and in their own path to be able to feel uncomfortable enough with the way things are going that they would like to have change. So this might actually be part of their path as well. I have the Magician and the Nine of Wands. I get a bigger feeling with this Magician too. I see a figure who's looking it's like on the outside looking in. And I do feel like this is what this person is being encouraged to do and looking at this situation. Step back from the emotions. Step back from all the time and effort you've put into it and look at it for what it is. Look at this King of Wands, this authority person with clear eyes, with truth, brutal truth and honesty, looking at this situation. This might be where the solitude comes in, and that somebody really does need to physically step away from the situation to get some space and get some perspective. And it doesn't mean it's a breakup right away and somebody's packing their shit and they're getting out. This might just be, I need to take a few days or a week or whatever. I need to take some time and I need some space so that I can look at this with fresh eyes. I can look at this. I'm not in it every day. I'm not in the emotional roller coaster or give and take or whatever it is every day. I have some distance, and within that distance, I can find some clarity. Nine of Wands, because I think somebody needs to take an honest look at what this is, because they've been putting a lot of their time, a lot of their effort, a lot of their energy into trying to grow this into something great. They're the only ones doing it. This is a very one-sided relationship. The Queen of Wands. I tell you too, that Queen of Wands is a very powerful figure. She is. She represents leadership. She represents that sense of authority in her own life. I see in this taking power back. I see stepping up. I see setting boundaries. I see setting expectations. I see somebody taking their power back, but they need distance to be able to see it, to be able to come up with a plan, find that perspective. What's working for me? What is not working with me? What am I not willing to compromise on anymore? And what do I need from this other party if I'm going to stay in this and keep investing myself? And I think that is absolutely fair for somebody to go ahead and do that for themselves. And then to step back and maybe give this King of Wands a chance and be like, this is what I need. If we're going to continue this connection, this is what I need it to be. This is what I need from you. It's what I need to see from you. If this is not something that you're willing to give, if this is not something you think you're capable of doing, you need to tell me so I can go find it somewhere else. And this person needs to be willing to then follow through with that. The Three of Cups, interesting. Three of Cups, Nine of Swords. Judgment. So I do see a lot of fear in that Nine of Swords. I do see a lot of fear. Three of Cups, though. Like, I know somebody's afraid that if they come back with the King and to the King of Wands with kind of this way of being, I don't know if you want to call it an ultimatum, whatever the hell you want to call it, this King of Wands is going to get pissy or is going to say no to it, right? I know that's the fear. I know somebody's afraid of a tower here. They feel like they have a soulmate connection and they're not ready for that soulmate connection to end. Even though this is the way the dynamic's been going, even though it's been going really one-sided, they still are not ready to completely step away. It's funny, I keep getting this vibe from this Three of Cups. I don't think this is a write-off. I'm going to tell you, I get reads where I'm like, oh, this is nasty. This is a nasty energy somebody's with, and I can feel it's just headed to like tower and heartache, and that's just where it's going because somebody's driving it there. So it's like the longer you ride it out, the worse the heartache is going to get. There's a lot of up in the air with this one. So I don't think this one's written in stone. I don't think it's an absolute write-off that it's going down the toilet. I don't think this King of Wands is the nastiest human being in the world who's a horrible, terrible person who's going to ruin somebody's life. I don't know that there's somebody who's going to change either. I think there is the opportunity. That is the vibe that I get. I get the vibe that tarot can't pinpoint this one with the King of Wands. This King of Wands could go either way. He could get in his ego and get up on his high horse and cross his arms all pissy like and be like, well, I'm not changing for anyone, or I did nothing wrong. Or I think he has the potential to say, man, this time apart made me think too. And I really enjoy having your company here and I don't want to be without you. I want you in my life and I want to make this work. What can I do to contribute towards that? I think this one could go either way, guys. I got to tell you, but I think space and time apart is going to be very important here. Taking a break, taking a breather, getting some physical distance. Like I said, it's not like somebody's packing their bags and leaving forever and not coming back. But having some distance, I think will give perspective on both parts. And I think it will allow for the opportunity for changing the dynamic here and breaking a cycle, because this is kind of a cycle. This is a pattern that these two people have fallen into. The King of Wands doesn't have to give because the other person gives everything. So they give nothing. It's like that piece of things. If this is going to be a Two of Cups, if this is going to be a harmony and a spiritual deep connection and happiness, if it's going to be like that Three of Cups, happiness, celebration, camaraderie, it's got to be even. Both people have to be contributing to the Seven of Pentacles, the abundant harvest. It cannot just be one. Either way, this chapter of the way things have been going in this dynamic needs to stop and come to an end. Whether that's two people permanently parting ways because one party is not willing to put in the work, or whether that's both parties working together to create a new dynamic here. Two of Pentacles, balance. A balance needs to happen. This cycle, this way of being, this dynamic needs to stop because somebody's unhappy and somebody's going to continue to be unhappy and unfulfilled in this dynamic. It's like it needs to change. Like I said, I don't feel the vibe that this is a poisonous relationship. I don't feel that this King of Wands is abusive or horribly toxic. There are two people who are both driving the dynamic here and two people who need to contribute if this is to change. It has the potential to change and it has the potential to bring happiness to both parties. But this one is big. That Choose Wisely card says it. Absolutely. This one's all about choice. How this one goes, how this story ends up will be up to both of these people and whether they're both willing to step up and change. That's interesting. I see it in here too. But I do see in the Ten of Wands needing that space, needing to get some distance to sort through some baggage, to start taking a clearer look at oneself and the choices that they've made that have contributed to the dynamic, the truth of what the dynamic is, and what they need to be different to be able to find fulfillment and happiness in it. And it's like both parties. Both parties need this time in this space, but I feel like one is going to initiate the change here. And it's not going to be the King of Wands. It's going to be the one who's giving, giving, giving. This is the one who's going to have to initiate the change. The Knight of Wands. The Fool card. Yeah, new perspective is needed here. Absolutely. And by both parties. This is an interesting one because I don't see the cards telling me, okay, Desiree, it's going to wind up this way or it's going to wind up that way. It's like it could be this if. It could be that if. This one's got a lot of ifs in it and it's up to the people involved which way it goes. Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups. Choose wisely to find happiness. Choose wisely. Knight of Cups. And the High Priestess and the King of Swords. This person, this Knight of Wands, I don't know that they talk a lot about their emotions or their feelings. This just might kind of be sort of how they were raised, or just sort of the way that they're used to doing things. I don't think they're used to sitting down and talking about feelings and shit. So it's like, when you did this, it made me feel like this. To be able to feel happy, I need you to step up and blah, 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 blah. I don't think this is something that would occur to this King of Wands, King of Swords character, this authority figure, to be able to do this. I'm not saying they're not capable of it. I just don't think it would occur to them, because I don't think this is something that they do. This is not something that they would, I don't think they even really know how to do it. It's something this person would have to learn and get used to, and actively choose every day at working towards it to be able to give to the other person. So the other person would have to be a little bit patient in that. But like I said, they need to ask for it first. Page of Swords. It's worth taking this time. It's worth taking a bit of time apart. It's worth coming home to oneself. It's worth sort of getting centered, finding balance, being able to reflect, and being able to recognize what it's going to take to make somebody happy and feel satisfied in this relationship. And then coming back and having an honest conversation about it. Is this something you're willing to give to me? I'm going to tell you, whoever this king character is, he keeps coming forward different sides of him here. He started with the Authority card. This is somebody who sees forever with the person that they're with. Okay? So there is love there. Yes, the dynamic is buggered. Yes, this person's overbearing. Yes, this person's controlling. Yes, this person is just taking and not giving back. And they're not talking about emotions. But two contributed to the dynamic, and whoever this person is, he does see forever with his partner. He absolutely does. Like I said, I don't think he's perfect. I think he's very human, just like the rest of us. He's got some bad habits and some bad dynamics and some bad ways of dealing with stuff and emotions that need to be changed, especially if he wants this relationship to work. But the other side needs to step up and ask for it. And they need to stop giving everything, because as long as they're giving, this person's going to keep taking. This dynamic's not going to change. But I see the potential that it can. I do. In this case, I do. I don't always see it in the cards, and I'll tell you guys honestly what I see. And that is honestly what I see. Justice is balance. It is balance. It takes both sides. This is going to be even give and take. Even give and take. Reciprocity has to start happening in this relationship. But somebody has to decide for themselves what that looks like, and then communicate it to this other person to give this other person a chance to actually do the work and do some changing, because they are not a mind reader. So it's like somebody's got to figure that out. Somebody has to figure out some pretty specifics and put some verbs in their sentence and let this person have a fighting chance at changing. If they want this to be that soulmate connection, if they're not ready to step away from it, you got to give the other person a fighting chance to sort of step up and do their part of things. And you need to step up and do your part of things to be able to come together and make this even. But I keep getting these solitude cards. So Hermit, somebody needs to take time by themselves. There has to first be distance here so somebody can figure all of this out and come back and give this relationship a fighting chance. Nine of Pentacles. And the Ace of Swords. Somebody's got to figure this truth out for themselves. Take a bit of time to be independent. Take a bit of time to figure out what their happiness is going to look like. Set aside the fears, doubts, and insecurities that if they come back with this soulmate person is going to crap out on them. This needs to change anyways. You can't go back to it the way it was. Somebody's absolutely not happy. So what do you got to lose? You either stay in a situation that's unhappy or unfulfilling, or you take this risk and you ask for more and you start to change the dynamic. The Ten of Swords, this space and this time apart and the separation, I see as the best thing that could possibly happen. This can lead to even give and take. This can lead to reciprocity. This can lead to this relationship truly finding harmony and balance, and these two people finding happiness together. Like I said, the cards are saying there is potential to do it, and they're not giving me any more cards now. They're not giving me any more cards. Is there anything else collective needs to know? There's one more here. King of Cups. There's love here. There is love here from both sides. This might be a soulmate connection. This could very much be a lifetime soulmate connection, but the dynamic must change. For these people to find happiness, this dynamic must change. Like I said, this is what the cards say. Time apart. Take time, get focused, get balanced, get a fresh perspective, and come back and renegotiate. If you can come back and renegotiate, there's absolutely potential that this can become the connection that you want it to be. But it's got to come from both sides. There's a lot of choice here. Alrighty, guys, good luck.